I'm Mary Harville, President and CEO of the Kentucky Lottery. On behalf of everyone at the Kentucky Lottery, we are so proud to partner again with Simmons College of Kentucky for this virtual lecture series celebrating Black History Month. We're your neighbors here in Louisville, located at the entry to Portland not far from the Simmons campus. Simmons, founded in 1879, is very much a part of the fabric of our community by providing educational opportunities. We at the Kentucky Lottery also work to serve that purpose. Black History Month is not just an observance in February. It's celebrated every day through our friends, our neighbors, and our community that embraces diversity in so many ways. This rich history embodies what our country strives to be, and this richness and diversity are what makes America and American history so unique. Today, we know Kentucky's most deserving students are counting on us, and our mission of fueling imagination and funding education is more important now than ever. Thank you.
We develop leaders. We generate change agents. We produce 80% of all Black doctors and dentists. We provide a sense of belonging, a celebration of our unique culture. We are the pipeline that produced many of America's Black first. The nation's VP-elect is a product of this distinct heritage. And we are proud to be Louisville's only historically Black college and universities. Simmons College of Kentucky. We are Louisville's HBCU.
What is it you want to be remembered for? Think about that question. You don't have to come up with an answer right now, because most of the time, it's not about the answer. Most of the time, it's just about the asking and the action. Who do you want to be? What do you want to become? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? Remember, 100 years from now, most of us will be gone. And the only thing left will be the memories of the people we leave behind and the actions we took in our lives. So, which legacy do you want to leave behind? Will you be remembered as someone who chased their passion, who pursued their goals, who gave themselves to making the world we live in a better place, as someone who said, "It's not about me, it's about the legacy I will leave behind"?
I remember when I first became the president of Simmons, someone asked, why would you want to become the president of a simple Bible college? Well, that's because they had limited vision of who Simmons was and what Simmons could become. I didn't see an unaccredited Bible college in a poor, disinvested community. What I saw was a historical Black college and university. I saw the potential for amazing renaissance. And the reason why was because Simmons, which was established in 1879, at one time was one of the premier private Black colleges in the United States. But it had fallen upon some very tragic times. But one advantage Simmons always had was that Simmons never closed. Simmons played its music, its violin, with just one bowstring, but we were still playing music with that one bowstring. And I knew that if we could restring the bows and put more strings on that bow that not only could we play music, but we could produce a symphony.
By 2005, Pastor Cosby had served St. Stephen Church for more than 25 years, and soon would be donning another title. Cosby would soon assume a role that would further cement his legacy in this city, going from the pulpit to the podium. On January 15th, 2005, Reverend Dr. Kevin W. Cosby was appointed the 13th president of Simmons College of Kentucky.
So I left Lexington and drove in to St. Stephen, and they told me that he was in his office. So I made my way to the office, and when I entered the office, I simply said to him, "Congratulations, Mr. President."
Wow.
He knew exactly what I was talking about. So he was sort of stunned. And then he said to me, "Would you tell my wife?" I knew she was in the building.
Yeah.
So we visited for a minute or two, and then she came in. And when she came in, knowing that she had been somewhat reluctant about this whole adventure, when I went to her, I just simply said, "Good evening, Mrs. President."
And what was her response?
She was stunned, and then she turned to him and embraced him. I know I did not envision what Simmons has become. And I would almost want to take a guess that he did not envision what it could become upon his election. And I would say that Reverend Cosby's leadership in these 42 years has been groundbreaking, record-breaking, mountain-moving, and certainly an inspiration to many, many, many.
What motivated me to invest my mind, my time, my energy, and my resources in Simmons College was because I knew that Simmons was pregnant with potential. And the reason Simmons was pregnant with potential was because of the historicity of Simmons. I knew that Simmons had the potential to become an accredited institution, and if accredited, it could become a historical Black college and university. And with a lot of help and a lot of diligence and a lot of hard work and a lot of creative imagination, and sometimes life puts you in a situation where you have to utilize that. This is a historic event. Future generations of the entire city will see this.
In August of 1865, a monumental meeting occurred that would forever change higher learning in the state of Kentucky. And in January of 2016, it happened again.
And the name of the program is called Simmons is Me.
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 Simmons is me. Yes.
Harriet Beecher Stowe, who wrote the book Uncle Tom's Cabin, observed that every school was filled because the freed people wanted books. I quote her. She said they wanted books more than bread.
What I was reminded of today was the richness of our history, our Louisville, Kentucky history, and our national history.
I loved it because it's history in the making. I loved it because I want to be a part of something that will go down in history.
I'm just excited to be a part of that history, to have an opportunity to sustain that history and make sure it continues.
We as a people are leaving a legacy here.
It was a great opportunity to be present in such a historical moment.
I enjoyed hearing our history, things that I really had never heard before, and about Simmons especially.
All the history that is associated with Simmons College of Kentucky that I believe our city and citizens don't know about. And I think that aspect really is what hooks you into, being part of Simmons, and Simmons is me.
Du Bois said that if Black institutions are going to be self-directed, then in order to be self-governed and self-directed, they must be self-supported.
We are capable of helping ourselves. We don't have to wait for big corporations to move us forward. We are perfectly capable of banding together, uniting together, and getting this done. Simmons is me.
I'm just thrilled to be able to take this back not only to my church, but to the teachers I work with and show them that, the opportunity for students who have historically struggled because of the way the system is set up, we can overcome that obstacle and achieve success for not just the kids at that school, but for our community.
It was wonderful, and I think it's a very, very good program for not only our community, but for our black colleges all over the nation.
It will serve as an inspirational, replicable model for other institutions that are in our community and beyond our community. There will be other HBCUs that are in jeopardy of closing that will look to Louisville and Simmons College and ask, how did they do it?
What I like about the program that the kids can go to school and come out with no debt, unlike other universities and colleges.
I have grandchildren, and I'm going to encourage them. I know they want to go to school. This is the place to be.
Our children just aren't achieving to the fullest of their ability, and it's going to open the door for more of them to attend college on a regular basis.
We are educating kids that's falling through the cracks. Kids are not accepted to other schools. They're able to go here, and then 2 years they can go to any school they want to go.
Does Louisville need charter schools? We can debate that all day long. What we can't debate is, does the community need to support Simmons, and does the community need Simmons? That's not debatable. This community needs Simmons.
Simmons is me.
Simmons is me.
Simmons is me.
Simmons is me.
As I continued to forge ahead with a bold and an ambitious vision for the school, and there's no way that I, as an individual or as a pastor of a church, which is a very resourceful church, would have the resources to undergird the budget needed for Simmons College. It takes multiple partners. In fact, most universities and colleges have been able to secure resources throughout decades and centuries. That has not been the case for Simmons. So we've had to have a lot of help, a lot of friends, and because of the compelling vision, people's eyes and hearts and pocketbooks were open. Hello, my name is Kevin Cosby, and welcome to this powerful informational video called Simmons is Me. Simmons College of Kentucky is one of the great institutions of our nation, a great history, and even a greater hope. And Simmons is Me will show you how you can help advance this institution and make a tremendous difference. Thank you for journeying with us on this video, Simmons is Me. And maybe what we should do is turn the me upside down and say, Simmons is we. Be blessed. I had several goals when I became the president of Simmons College almost 18 years ago. Number one, to reintroduce Simmons. And number two was to get Simmons accredited. And number three, after accreditation, because of how old Simmons is, to secure for Simmons College the historical Black college and university status. So I have been able to accomplish, with a lot of help and the grace of God, those three objectives. We've been able to reintroduce the greatness of our institution to the world.
Hello, and welcome to Simmons is Me. This DVD is designed to inform you about Simmons College of Kentucky, as well as inspire your support of America's 107th HBCU. Simmons is Me is an initiative of Simmons College of Kentucky to raise local and national awareness about the liberal arts school in order to generate grassroots financial support. Education is the passport into the future, and the future belongs to those who are preparing for it today. There are people of goodwill throughout the entire country who are disturbed about the condition of urban areas such as West Louisville. Consider these statistics. The poverty rate among whites in America is 9%. The poverty rate among blacks in America is 27%. The poverty rate among blacks in Louisville is 32%. Louisville ranked by ABC News in 2015 as the 11th poorest city in America, driven by economic challenges in West Louisville. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "If you're behind in a race, you must run faster or stay permanently behind, and society must give people the tools to catch up." That's why closing the educational achievement gap is the civil rights issue of our day. We at Simmons College of Kentucky realize that education is the means and manner of a person's elevation. This, along with a strong curriculum to prepare our students, is our primary responsibility so that we can rise above the issues that plague our community.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 6:30. I'm Lindsay Allen.
And I'm Tamara Evans, giving $5 to help kids go to college and graduate debt-free.
WDRB's Stefan Johnson tells us how Simmons College of Kentucky says the idea can work. Stefan.
It is called the Simmons is Me campaign and is designed to sustain the school for years to come. And it all starts with the $5 pledge.
It feels completely great.
Clenisha Coleman is a junior at Simmons College of Kentucky, and you could say she's getting the best kind of education, a free one.
Because once I graduate, I can go ahead and get into my profession and not have to worry about paying back any money.
Coleman is one of hundreds, perhaps even thousands of students will benefit from the school's newest campaign.
The name of the campaign is Simmons is Me.
Dr. Kevin Cosby is president of Simmons and says the Simmons is Me campaign was created to strengthen and sustain the historic college for years to come.
And it's a movement to mobilize about 10,000 people across the country to make a weekly micro gift of $5 in order to sustain Simmons.
The goal of the campaign is to use the $5 weekly pledges to provide tuition for students to attend the historically black liberal arts college.
And our goal is for everyone throughout this city and nation to embrace in their heart, you know what? Simmons is me.
But that $5 pledge is for the school.
92-year-old Everly Ashby is one of the first to embrace the campaign.
And I will do it continuously till the Lord calls me home.
She approached me and she said, "Kevin, I will give $5 to the Simmons is Me campaign for the rest of my life."
President Cosby says the cost of a cup of coffee means no student loans or deep debt after graduation.
We do not want to offer student loans because we do not want our students to fall into the trap of student loan debt.
It is why Clenisha Coleman will graduate debt-free and eventually pay it forward by joining the Simmons is Me campaign.
I've already told myself that.
Here's some information about historic black colleges and universities and why Simmons College is so important. HBCUs educate a disproportionately high number of African American students in comparison to predominantly white colleges and universities. While being only 3% of the colleges and universities in America, HBCUs graduate almost 30% of all black college graduates. HBCUs are not segregated institutions. African Americans attend HBCUs not for segregation but for celebration. HBCUs affirm black culture, black heritage, and black capacity. HBCUs provide aspiring students of all races, genders, and backgrounds personalized attention as they navigate the complexities of college culture and classroom discipline. Simmons College of Kentucky has articulation agreements with other major universities in the state, including the University of Louisville and Kentucky State University, and is now poised to train the most gifted of minds as well as patiently nurture late bloomers. Simmons College of Kentucky boasts an open-door enrollment process, which makes college more accessible for everyone.
I couldn't be more grateful to be here. Any other school that I attempted to attend would not let me in because of my previous issues, but here Simmons gave me a second chance.
One of the lowest and affordable four-year tuitions in America, and a small campus size to cultivate academic and cultural values.
And as I forged ahead in leadership with the bold vision for Simmons, it seemed that at every juncture, there were resources or provision to help fuel the vision that I had for the school. I believe that when you are attempting to do something great, that people with vision will come alongside you and help to resource you.
When then, newly appointed Simmons president, accompanied by local businessman Charlie Johnson, visited David Jones Sr., Dr. Kevin Cosby informed him of his new appointment and praised the school as a shining example poised to meet the needs of students, kids from Louisville's West End. Dr. Cosby went on sharing his vision and then presented a request to Jones that would require a measure of hope and faith. Although the visit did not make international headlines, in retrospect, it was one of the most important decisions ever made with respect to impacting African American achievement in Kentucky. The meeting ended with two resolutions. One of Dr. Cosby moving the school from its present status to become a fully accredited institution of higher learning with a full liberal arts degree program, and also one of David Jones Sr., a donation for $1 million. And in doing so, he did more than just write a check. He wrote history. The 13th president of Simmons College of Kentucky kept his promise, and under his visionary direction, Simmons College of Kentucky was granted accreditation by the Association of Biblical Higher Education in 2014, and in 2015, it was officially designated as the nation's 107th HBCU. The visionary gesture of Jones Sr. represents a prime opportunity to focus on what we know about philanthropic inclusion and to move the discussion beyond ideological and partisan debates. This is rather crucial given the data of two categories, demographics and dollars, located in one of the nation's most economically impoverished neighborhoods. The presence of Simmons will be an economic lift to the entire community. Historically, HBCUs have provided a stable and nurturing environment for those most at risk of not entering or completing college, and nearly half of the enrollment at Simmons College are first-generation college students. For more than 150 years, HBCUs have been providing diverse learning environments, from students to faculty to administration, ensuring every student's pathway to success. In HBCU tuition rates average almost 30% less than comparable institutions. Recognized in 2019 as the most affordable HBCU in the nation, Simmons has become the envy of neighboring cities, not fortunate to have such a gem. And while students across America have accumulated $1.3 trillion in college loans, Simmons students graduate with no student debt, which could dramatically narrow the racial wealth gap. Given all this data, there is no better time for an honest discussion about philanthropic inclusion. While HBCUs are in need of corporate donors, financial gifts to schools like Simmons is not charity. It's an investment. In 2005, David Jones Sr. gave in faith and hope. In 2020, your decision doesn't take either. Comparably, there is no greater return on investment like an investment at Simmons College. A commitment accompanied by a list of guarantees. Just to mention a few, Simmons has one of the lowest student-teacher ratios in the state, which virtually guarantees that students will get the attention and support they need to reach their highest potential. Secondly, the affordability aspect alone is attracting students from across the nation to attend Simmons College. And finally, there are guaranteed federal dollars coming to our city that will increase as our enrollment increases. Now, given their proven track record of influencing the academic success of African Americans, which directly impacts the success of the entire city, now more than ever, greater investment is needed in institutions like Simmons College of Kentucky.
We were able to reconstitute Simmons as a major player in higher education and to make Simmons the only come-up historical black college and university in the United States. When I say come up, I make a distinction between a comeback school and a come up school. A comeback school is a school that was up, declined, and then came back. A come-up school, like Simmons, is a school that never experienced accreditation. Simmons was never accredited with the United States Department of Education. So we came up to accreditation, and then as a result of that, we came up to an even higher level, and that is to the status of historical black college and university, and we're continuing to ascend to new vistas and new heights. Hello, my friends. My name is Kevin Cosby, and I'm the president of Simmons College of Kentucky, right here in Louisville. No college has made greater gains in the history of historical black colleges and universities like our own Simmons College of Kentucky, one of the oldest private black colleges in America. And yes, we are back. We are fully accredited, and we are the newest historical black college and university on the block. Simmons has garnered the support and the partnership of 3 Baptist denominations, national denominations. The National Baptist Convention of America and their president, Dr. Samuel Tolbert, has partnered with Simmons, and now they are moving their headquarters from Dallas to Louisville, Kentucky. This is a 3.5 million member convention. In addition to that, the Progressive Baptist Convention, founded by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship that was founded and established by President Jimmy Carter. The leaders of these 3 conventions, the National Baptist Convention of America, the Progressive Baptist Convention, and the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship, will be in our city for a special breakfast that will take place at 8:30 Saturday, June the 10th. I am asking that you would please come out to welcome the National Baptist Convention of America to Louisville. The president will be present to share with all of us what impact the NBCA will have in the city of Louisville. In addition to that, in September, just 3 months away, the National Baptist Convention of America will have their national convention here in Louisville. This is the time for the city of Louisville to embrace the challenge of national leadership. Please, pastor, please, friend, we need you. Please come out and let us receive these 3 national denominational leaders as they come to our city for a special breakfast to articulate the vision of this partnership and what it would mean to your church and what it would mean to the city of Louisville. At the conclusion of the breakfast, we will walk across the street to dedicate 3 new dorms for Simmons College that will be named in honor of Dr. Beverly Gaines, the late, great Dr. Joseph R. Sams, and Mr. Charlie Johnson. Kids in our community need an opportunity. Thank you so much for all you have done through Simmons College of Kentucky.
They don't do it like we do it. And that's okay the way they do it, but you shouldn't be ashamed of the way you do it. So when they have their band, it's dun 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 dun. But if you go to Grambling, it's like dun 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 dun.
We worship different, we sing different, we dance different, we dress different, we act different, and we are not going to apologize.
With the splash of elegance, black excellence.
Black excellence, do it, make it look effortless. Black excellence, do it, make it look effortless. Black excellence, do it, make it look effortless.
With the splash of elegance, black excellence.
Black excellence, do it, make it look effortless. Black excellence, do it, make it look effortless. Black excellence, do it, make it look effortless.
With the splash of elegance, black excellence.
Heaven sent with benevolence, intelligence, and eloquence.
With the splash of elegance, black excellence.
Excelling where your profession is, they call you a specialist.
With the splash of elegance, black excellence.
If you need evidence, excellence in your heritage, even despite the decadence, God's still taking precedence. The GPS that's directing where your direction is. Power has been embedded in DNA in your melanin. Don't be arrogant and neglect your inheritance. Power to move the elements.
With the splash of elegance.
Falcon, focus, addressing this. No need to question is like the room that you stepping in. Step in the presence where God essence is resting in. Rest in the faith that He'll bless the mess that you settled in. Selling for less than the heritage that you represent. You represent historical greatness in the present tense.
Black excellence.